Do you feel like you're chasing the algorithm, trying to get attention, but finding your efforts are attracting the wrong kind of people? People who can't afford you, or people who just aren't ideal for your offers? I changed the type of content I was sharing to get coaching consulting clients. And ever since that change, I haven't had one client who wasn't ideal, and all these clients came to me. I haven't had to chase any of them. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I changed so you can copy it for your own business, so you can start getting ideal clients reaching out to you. Maybe I'm lucky, but I've never really had a problem getting attention on social media. I kicked off this business a few years back with a Facebook post that went viral, resulting in my first $26,000 day, and by the end of the month was about $100,000 in sales. So basically, I filled my client list in one go. But I pretty quickly realized that not all clients are created equal. Lots of people either just can't follow solid advice, or they don't want to do the work. They want people to rescue them. Or they believe stuff that limits them and makes their worldview small. If you're a coach or consultant, I am sure that you know exactly these kinds of people I'm talking about. These are the ones that don't really hang around that long. These people struggle to get results. And even worse, they may even make you doubt your own capabilities. And the thing is, our brand has attracted these people to us. In a very real sense, we've done it to ourselves. What is messaging? Messaging is the words we use to describe our offers, our customers, our solutions, our calls to action. Our messaging is so pervasive, so powerful, and yet for many people, it's invisible and they don't even know it exists, let alone how to control it and to change it. As an example, take discounts. If we push discounts as the main reason to buy our thing, we will get more people who need the discount nudge. Now, if you're helping people deal with real life challenges, if you're a coach or consultant, these things are not just things that can be easily discounted. These things are genuinely tough to fix. Are discount chasers the ones you want to attract? Now, that's an obvious example, and I hope my point was made. But how do we turn this around? I argue that a prime driver to turn this around is to start talking about your ethics frequently in your marketing. Now, as a small example, if you've ever sat in one of my trainings in the Remote Coach Facebook group, you'll see at the start of every single training that I do, every single live that I do in that group, I have a little thing that flashes up and it says stuff that I want you to agree with. That if you're going to watch this training, that you're not going to use this for evil, that you're only going to do good, that we care about people and that we want to put people above profit. Now, that's a very simple thing to say, but it's effective. No one comes to me and gets on the phone and wants to talk about working with me who's selling bogus supplements or part of an MLM. These people know that they're in the wrong space. They're just not going to gel. A lot of old marketing advice on a rudimentary level a couple of years back was to focus on the pain, to use the person's pain, them to manipulate these people, to open up and to admit that they don't know how to get these results for themselves. And that was a thing that people are doing and dragging into their marketing even today. Now, you can do that if you want, but it's not necessary. And I would argue it's actually kind of a waste. Let's say the average person is bombarded with between 4,000 and 10,000 marketing messages a day. It's absurd, but these are the numbers that experts estimate. And you get the chance to have a few of those marketing messages with your audience. So do you want to be the voice of fear and anxiety and scarcity? Or do you want to be the voice of hope, of new beginnings, and of opportunity? Let's have a think about what you look like to the world. So take a few minutes and audit your messages that you're putting out into the world. Check your email you've been sending out. Check your social media. If you've got a podcast, or if you've got YouTube videos. Are you on the side of hope? Or are you often on the side of pain? And are you happy with that? So I'm going to assume that you've seen my point and you want a simple step to be able to make a change. Well, what about an ethics series? It's easy, it's logical, you'll barely have to think about it because once you get going, this stuff's already literally moving around your brain because these are your ethics. You don't have to think about this stuff. Now, perhaps just don't call it the ethics series. Have something a little bit more creative. I look back at mine that I made about a year ago, and mine's called the Foundations series. Wow, Pat, is that the best I could come up with at the time? There you go, it works, Foundation series. Come up with something for yourself and have an ethics series. So grab a glass of wine or a whiskey or grab a coffee and take a notebook and go to the beach or go to the river or go somewhere where you feel very, very comfortable. Or you can just sit at your desk and stick the YouTube fireplace on. Wherever. What you want to do is you want to list out 5 things that are important to you in regards to your industry. Then you want to write down 5 things that you hate about your industry. This is going to get to the core of your ethics. It'll highlight really what's important. And finally, I want you to write 5 things down. These are the hopes of your perfect client. If you've got your perfect clients in front of you, what are these things hoping for? Now you've got at least 15 things now. Take all of that information and I want you to come up with at least 3 topics that you can create some content around. I'd rather you do it manually with your brain because you will probably understand more. But if you're the kind of person that wants to feed everything into an AI, do that. Just understand more data is not good. You want at least 3 topics, maybe 4, and they should be distilled from the Venn diagram of those ideas. My point is this. If you start getting these key topics into your messaging, it won't be long before you start seeing new faces showing up in the comments section. It won't be long before you start seeing new attitudes show up on your enrollment calls. And don't be surprised when you start getting more consistent results from the clients that you're bringing on board. We have complete influence over the messages we put out into the world. But it can be very difficult and confusing to know what to focus on, especially with the pressure, the business pressure, the real pressure to generate leads. The fastest way to take control of your marketing that I know is with the Growth Accelerator. If you want info about that, make sure you're on the waitlist. There's a link in the description. Otherwise, if you're on social media to get clients, you're going to love this next video. It's where I share the truth about the algorithm that you wish you knew sooner. I'll see you in the next video.